fuck was that?
Where's that going?
I don't know. I swear I can.
hardly hear it
Oh,
as well.
through the speaker, through that monitor.
Oh, it's got a speaker on it?
Yeah. Yeah, they have
weird.
audio sometimes, yeah.
Weird.
Because you can get feedback. I bought one recently and I started getting feedback and I was like,
What the fuck?
fuck? Yeah.
Well, I was telling you that it was shit and stuff.
Your
mixes suck.
You're bad in bed.
Your penis is small and I hate
A
you.
little bit of feedback. Your father's not proud of you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning, lot.
It's the afternoon.
Oh, shut up, man.
You always upload these at night anyway.
That's true. That's true. Anyway, here
Morning,
we are.
man.
Here we are. Good morning. I'm going to stick with morning
Yep.
because it's coffee.
It's more than somewhere.
First of all, thank you to Tommirock. Thank you to Musos Corner.
Hell
they are
yeah.
our sponsors every week, and we love them very much.
Very much.
I want to play a quick. I want to open this up word
Yep.
association game.
All right.
So like all I'm gonna say instrument or like a piece of like gear or whatever. No, sorry, no, an instrument of some kind or like a thing of some kind, and you need to tell me the first thing that your brain thinks of. So, for example, I might say snare, and you might say 57.
Okay.
Like it's anything. There's no
Yeah.
wrong answers.
I said 57 just to piss off Lockie though, right?
Yeah. No, there's no wrong answers, and like the wilder your answer, the better. It really doesn't matter.
I called him Lockie. His name's not Lockie, everyone. It's Lachlan, and I apologise.
Yeah.
I'm not an infant.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry once again.
It's fine. It's fine.
Bass. First thing. Anything.
Ribbon.
Ribbon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Compression.
Mad. Hectic. More.
Mad. That's not what I was expecting at all. I like that.
Yeah.
Mix bus EQ.
Marg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Vocal microphone.
57. I don't know why that came to me. I don't know. You already inceptioned me.
50, yes.
Yeah.
57
Everything's
earlier.
57.
Who did the Red Hot Chili Peppers album with all the 57s?
No, they did 7B. It was 7B.
No, wasn't it heaps of 57s?
It wasn't Rage Against the Machine, heaps of 57
Yeah.
except for the 58 on the vocals. 'cause
Wait,
all-
wait,
all
wait,
done
wait.
Yeah.
live.
Nice.
Hang on.
Yeah.
So was
Yeah.
it Red Hot Chili? So I'm
No,
not,
they did 7Bs on vocals.
Is it? No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. What was? Is it the band? They recorded everything with 57s.
I think you're thinking of Rage Against the Machine.
right. 50.
I think
Cog.
Aerosmith's the other one that was real big in the 70s. That did
One of the
that.
Cog albums.
Yeah. Okay, so hang
Heaps
on.
of bands have done it.
Yeah. They used them for most of the drum kit too, right? Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
That Rage Against the Machine.
Is that the question game done?
No, not at all. Was frequently used by Rage. Electric guitar. All right, so they
Yeah,
paired it with other stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
If anyone knows the answer, put it in the comments. Help us.
Let's do another one. A guitar cab.
Ribbon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's my favourite.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more. Drum room.
Ribbon. I'm just obsessed with ribbon. Everything's ribbons.
No, that's good. That was great.
Yeah.
Fucking oath. I might, as the
I've just got
episode,
ribbon on the brain.
As the episode goes through, I might think of more and I'll just throw them at you.
Yeah.
Just give me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate being put on the spot.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
not
putting
good at that.
I love putting you on the spot.
My brain
You
is
should
just not.
absolutely hit Mitta with them later in
Yeah,
the
dude.
episode. Let's let's
Yeah.
redo this.
Come back at
halfway-
me with
halfway
some.
point.
If you
Yeah.
can think, if something pops in your head, if you just say a random word, I'll assume it's part of the word association game, and I'll just get you something.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Let's fucking start today
Cool.
with
Velvet Sundown.
Velvet Sundown.
talk
All right.
AI
so
bands.
this AI band. So this
Yep.
they've come up a little bit in my social media.
Unless you've been living under a rock,
yep.
you should have heard
Yep.
at least about AI music becoming a thing. This is the one that's gone super viral. Everyone's talking about this AI band.
They went viral because of the streams, right? Because
Yeah,
they hit a million. Yeah. So let's just look at their. Here we go. So this doesn't. This one, Apple Music doesn't tell you how many subscribers they have. Let's try Spotify. But yeah, all right. So they are
Dust on the wind.
100% AI.
Yep.
There's nothing like there's no human involved in any of it other than the creating prompting. Right.
Yep.
So can we play it?
Yeah.
I don't think we're set up to actually play it.
Yeah.
Anyone, you can go and listen to it. It's So the first thing I heard. So I put one on the other day, and I was speaking to you about this.
Yep.
First thing I heard was tape hiss
Yep.
on the mix, which that blew my brain because as soon as I heard it, I'm like, okay. Well, as soon as I put it on, I'm like, okay, AI music, everything's gonna be perfect, clean. And the first thing I hear was tape hiss, and I was like, whoa, like they're in my head, like this is weird. And I said this to you the other day when we were at the baby shower together, about like. Because I was like, why the fuck did they put tape hiss in it? And you brought up a very interesting point that most of this stuff is going to be sourced from copyright. What's the term we were?
Public domain.
Public domain.
Yep.
So, and in America,
if they're doing it legally, if they're scraping, and to train the AI, they've got to scrape a bunch of resources to train it on music.
Yes.
So they might grab a bunch of open source or like free domain, public domain music that's like royalty free.
Yep.
And a lot of that would be over 100 years old or so.
So just to explain,
or
a
little bit newer.
Public domain is when something is in America, at least. I think Australia is slightly different. Past its copyright, which is 70 years after the person's died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot as to why, for example, there's tape hiss, because you brought up a great point that they're probably scraping shit from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Yeah.
There's probably a lot of that, and then also going by the tone and the design and all that, it sounds very 70s yacht rock like influence, like dad rock kind of shit. So like I would say, like all AI companies, they're scraping stuff they're probably not supposed to as well.
Isn't that just icky, man?
That's gross.
Don't you hate that so much? Like a bunch of guys, friends hanging out.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Two of them look close enough to be brothers.
Yeah.
All the generic bands.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Look at this one here too. Like, oh, that makes
that looks so AI generated.
Yeah, I fucking hate
What's
that.
with the smooth face?
Yeah.
Is that guy in the back Jack Antonoff?
Who's that?
The music producer. Like Sabrina Carpenter and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's whack, hey. Anyway,
super lame.
so you brought up the point. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you reckon
so
this-
I think they're definitely. I think they snapped up a bunch of Eagles records, a bunch of 70s rock records.
when you
and
said Eagles, I was like, oh, it's the Eagles. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. It's that. It's
you haven't really listened to it?
bunch of Led Zeppelin.
No, because I can't stand the Eagles.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I can't
it's
be
all
much
those
better.
70s like era kind of albums.
Let's check. You know what's
vibe.
But doesn't this like, do you guys fucking hate this, that some bands will spend their whole life chasing a thing that they'll never get, and then these guys come along, AI, and just fucking, clean up and get all these streams.
And they'll
that
get more
should be-
plays now because people are talking about it, the
yeah.
Streisand effect kind of thing,
Yes.
right?
Well, they 1.5 monthly listeners, which is fucking considerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think this means for music industry though?
I haven't had enough time to think about it. It's too new. I'm still wrapping my head around the concept of this.
Yeah.
What about you? You've obviously thought about it.
Yeah. Look, it obviously brings up all the challenges that we have with AI. We've kind of touched on this before in a past episode, but I think what will happen with all content creation is that you'll have this and people will eat it up and it'll get listened because, as we talked about at the party, right? Like, who are the generation that gets suckered in the most by AI?
Who's the target audience for this, do you think?
Fucking boomers.
100%.
Right?
Boomers
So-
that don't know what the fuck AI looks or sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
then
yeah,
then it should be no surprise that the kind of band that they've made is targeted at boomers.
100%.
70s rock,
100%.
right? Like it's obviously targeted at that
When
age
you said
demographic.
that to me, I was like, of course this is targeted at people. Because not only will they not know, they don't care. They'll just be like, oh, it's music, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, oh, it makes me feel a certain way, which in
If
a way...
my uncles would go, oh, I found my new favourite band. I'd be like, of course you did.
Yeah, and like, they're not wrong, They're allowed to enjoy this if they want to.
Yep.
It means their fucking taste is trash, but I mean, you know, like it's...
People like what they know, right? Like they're going to listen to the same old
Dude, that
shit.
was like, I think when AI first came in and they were starting to do the thing where they model things after thing, I'm like, people are just going to be like, you know what? I only want to listen to Drake. From now until I die, I only want Drake. And then I'm going to go, new Drake album. And then this week, I'm listening to my new Drake album that AI created.
Insane.
Isn't that, it's going to happen? Yeah. Like, as if it won't happen.
Yeah.
And that's dark, man.
Yeah. Look, I think going back to where we were sort of starting the convo, like I think that what's going to happen is that like all cultural shifts, this will go one way and then you'll have the antithesis to that and the counterculture movement where people will want more genuine.
Yes.
And it'll force people to want more genuine interaction with artists, and it might be a net positive for bands, because
I think
bands then, like, to get a real engagement from a band, you'll have to go see a band and you'll have to relate to that band, and so maybe things will become a bit more.
I think we spoke about this, and I think this is going to speed up the like you said, the antithesis, the resurgence, going back to analog. I think this is going to. It's one thing I've noticed.
Real
on
recordings,
things like TikTok, is like people starting to say like no AI used, or this is a real human performance. I think we're going to start to see people move away from things like editing, things like digital, anything really. Like even like, this is an extreme, but I reckon you're going to start seeing people using like 4-track tape recorders and shit.
Yeah, and like that's already happening, and we're primed for that to boom, because people like Mac DeMarco and that have popularized those 4 and 8 track
Tame
tape.
Impala.
Yeah, right. And heaps of people have snapped them up more recently. Yep. The rise of the home studio.
People are putting out cassettes again. What the fuck is that?
So we're kind of primed for that to happen in the culture. Yeah. And
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's sick.
I'm super excited.
That's a win for everyone.
So
well, like the first wave of punk was a response to bands like the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac and all that sort of stuff anyway. Yeah. So it's great.
I won't hear bad about Fleetwood Mac. The rumors out.
I had no judgment in that comment. I was just saying,
but it's
historically that's how that began. So let's hope that with AI, unfortunately being a thing, that we might get a more of a like resurgence of DIY.
Mate, it's the same as like when digital photography came out. And the better digital got, the more people are interested in analog.
I've had 2 bands in recently filming on old camcorders and film cameras.
Dude, Kmart sell film cameras now, like actual film. Like, did you buy one? Like the video?
I haven't bought one yet, but
Josh Bartel bought one.
I want to get one, but it's cool. Like at live shows now, there's a couple people who bring camcorders and do full sets that they're just recording on camera. It's awesome.
Dude, I'll show you. It looks really good. What's his name? Bartel. What's the Hyper Rare?
Hyper Rare.
Yeah.
Shout out Josh.
Yeah, Josh. He's putting out new songs lately. Hyper Rare. Get amongst it.
Best ears in Newey.
Yeah, 100%. I think this is shot on his little. No, that's a.
Would you say he has champagne ears?
No, not champaine ears. What do we call?
But not
what
butter
do we say?
ears.
He doesn't have butter ears either.
No. We've given him his own specific term.
I've always just referred to him as best ears in town.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Is it? I feel like maybe it's like, this microphone keeps shocking me. This looks like maybe like a shot on a cheap camera. But yeah, I remember he bought one, and it kind of looks like this shit, like this blurred out, grainy, super nostalgic. People are super into it.
Yeah, retro, man.
It's cool.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's real retro.
Yeah. Anyway,
Analog,
fuck
baby.
this AI band. I'm off it.
Let us know in the comment sections down below. What do you guys think about AI? And any thoughts? I'm actually I'm like with all new technology. I'm interested to see what people think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't hate that it exists. I just don't want a fucking bar of it. Hey.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah, and I think that will be a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough with this shit.
Cool.
What's your next one? Give me that.
Cubase.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Cubase today.
Right.
So we get asked all the time about DAWs, what we use.
Yep.
And one of the biggest questions I get is, why do I use Cubase?
Okay.
As more of a, like, why aren't you using Pro Tools, or why aren't you using Logic kind of question?
Yep.
Why would you use Cubase kind of thing?
Yep.
And I've laughed about it because Cubase was my first DAW.
Yep.
But then I've also taught and trained on multiple DAWs.
Yes.
I've used all of them. I've used FL. I've used predominantly Ableton and Pro Tools.
Is that your boy Sheps?
That is Sheps.
Is that? Does he use Cubase? No.
He's on the Steinberg. Oh, he does commercials for everyone.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slut.
So people ask you all the time, which is fair. It's a fair question to be asked.
Yeah. And especially when I taught as well, they'd be like, what do you use? Because lots of kids would come in and go, I don't use Pro Tools. And they'd hate their experience with Pro Tools. And I'd laugh because I also don't love
Can I just
Pro
say
Tools.
quickly, whenever someone asks me what DAW I'm using, it's a red flag.
Yeah.
As soon as they ask me, I'm like, you're concentrating on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at the wrong thing here.
Yeah.
It's the DAW I'm using is like asking a writer what brand of paper they use.
Yep.
It's just like it's
or what
fucking
instrument
paper.
what brand of guitar you use. Or
that's my take on it. But you have more of an opinion on it because you use more. I've actually only used Cubase. I've never used another DAW.
I've used many DAWs.
Yeah, right. And this is more something that you can answer.
Funny enough, like when I was younger and more arrogant about things, I was like, fuck all the other DAWs, Cubase is the one, right? But nowadays, I just see DAWs as a tool, same as I do any other piece of gear. And they all have specific things that they're very good at, right? Like Ableton is an amazing songwriting tool.
Sample-based.
It is probably one of the quickest DAWs, like FL as well, to write and create music. They're so quick. The workflow is awesome. You can do other stuff. You can mix in them. You can do all kinds of stuff.
I feel like Cubase is a good middle ground between that and like the Pro Tools.
Look, there's been a discussion over the last few years of people wanting to move away from Pro Tools. As people are going into home studios, they're often looking for a different DAW choice than Pro Tools.
Why do you think they are?
Because MIDI sucks on Pro Tools. Number one, the MIDI implementation on Pro Tools is the worst.
That seems insane in 2025.
They literally only just put an MPC in a couple of years ago, right? And they had these dodgy, some of the virtual instrument options they have as a basis are not good. Whereas every other DAW gives you a plethora of choices, right? So Pro Tools is very much not interested in the home market for songwriters, producers.
I mean, that seems like shooting yourself in the foot these days, considering how many big studios.
The biggest part of the market,
big studios are shutting down. How many? Because
But they also do, they're the standard for film and post as well. So they have their market and they're owned by Avid.
The home studio market is massive. And when you think about a post house, they're going to buy one Pro Tools license. Whereas every little home studio, they all need to buy one too, it's not like if you cater to that one big studio, they're not buying more licenses off you.
Well, they will for all the computers that people are going to do in post.
Yeah, but you get 2 or 3 licenses for or you get the one thing that you just move around.
I think they've made most of their bank from education as well. A lot of the time with Pro Tools being the standard.
And also pairing with other companies that, sell their unit with Pro Tools. Yeah. That kind of thing.
So for me, as you said, Cubase is probably the best middle ground of all DAWs. It offers all of the options.
The integration with the MIDI stuff and the all the songwriting things that it comes with, I think are really great. Yeah,
look, whenever I've heard people that use Pro Tools whinge about certain things that aren't great in Pro Tools, and often then their next choice is Logic. And I'm like, you don't want Logic, you want Cubase. What you want is Cubase. And then they'll go, I tried Studio One, or I tried Reaper, or I tried this. And I'm like, no. What you want is Cubase. You want Cubase. Because Cubase, for me, the big reasons I use it is workflow is quick, MIDI integration is amazing. But then on top of that, it has stuff for mastering built into it on your metering and stuff. It has an inbuilt LUFS meter, and you can measure all the stuff instead of using a third-party plugin you need to in other DAWs.
It has so much inbuilt stuff that other DAWs don't.
Exactly.
Tuning, vocal aligning audio, all built into it. I think Melodyne comes with it.
No, it has Vari Audio.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so Cubase has had Vari Audio as its tuning thing forever. Studio One has Melodyne built in. But it's had its own stuff of that, whatever you need, vocal alignment, and then it has one of the best drum editing functions for if you're going to chop up drums and grid them, Cubase is by far the best.
That's cool.
Pro Tools is still stuck on Beat Detective, which it's had for ages, and it is nowhere near as accurate as Cubase is.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Cubase fixed some things with theirs. It used to just rely solely on hit points. Now it does dynamic things and that. It's done that for a while now. Its drum editor is the best.
Nice.
If you're editing drums, and especially for metal things and stuff like that, and it's the best.
That's
but
funny.
You've been in it for ages. So
it's funny because I hear people complain about, for example, Pro Tools creating artifacts with Beat Detective.
Yes.
I don't hear that in Cubase. I don't have any of those issues.
No.
And I've always wondered, am I not hearing it, or does Cubase not have it?
No, Cubase is just better at that.
Interesting.
It has a better set of tools and way it. So it's much better on all of those, but then all combined, the workflow gets quicker.
Yeah, the workflow is really good.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not just some Cubase fanboy. There are things that Cubase needs to fix too. There are some things, the FX routing. And where you can't have presets for your external effects.
That's annoying as fuck.
Yeah, it's so shit.
Yeah.
And if you use hardware in your setup, not being able to save the patching.
Yes.
It's something that I've complained to them directly.
I hate it. Yeah.
At NAMM this year. I was
Great.
like, you need to fix that.
Great.
And two of their biggest spokespeople on YouTube, shout out Tom Segalis and Chris Salim. I've spoken to them about it too, and I'm like, can you just tell those guys at Cubase to fucking fix that? Because that sucks.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst features of Cubase.
Fixed for ages.
Yeah. So just to clarify, what it is when you use your hardware as hardware inserts by using like the external effects in Cubase's routing, you cannot save those as presets. So you have, if something changes in your setup or you accidentally forget to turn on your interface, it will default and then change all your settings, and then you have to
put
go
them in
back and put them in
manually.
manually. So it only has presets for inputs and outputs, not the external effects, which sucks.
Let's compare the prices because I haven't looked at this in a while. Is Pro Tools subscription only now?
Yeah, Pro Tools is like I think it's something ridiculous, like $30 a month or something like that.
That's crazy. I've still got the perpetual
$90.
Well, yeah, like, so
is that for like 10 or something or 11?
12.
Right. Okay.
11 or 12. I got perpetual.
Sorry, bro. What are you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I ended up getting like the education discount from doing the TAFE stuff.
Yep.
They still were charging me even after I cancelled the service.
I'm not surprised. They're gross.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, Logic's the cheapest.
Yep.
Is $3.99.
Yep.
Sorry, $2.99.
Yep.
Man, I can't. This is this is all about me. I can't deal with the way it looks.
Yeah.
It looks like a cheap. Like it looks
Well,
like
it's GarageBand Pro.
It looks like
right?
a kid's version of a DAW.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
That should be a positive though. It should get people into recording.
Yeah.
Ah, that's true.
As far as once again, like if you're just a songwriter and you're making demos, any of these DAWs are good enough.
Oh, they're fine.
Use whatever you got.
Yeah, it doesn't
right?
matter.
Like I'm not trying to convince anyone to go out and buy Cubase.
We're talking from a professional point of view.
It's just why I use it because it's the best tool for me. But like if you're doing hip hop, you probably need to be on FL.
Yeah.
If you're doing EDM, you probably need Ableton.
Yeah.
It's up to you what you use, but the reason why I use Cubase is because of those features.
Yeah, I'm lucky it's the one I got taught on,
Yeah.
so I just never moved from it, and I'm lucky that it works for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see there's a lot of things that I don't like about other DAWs, which I'm glad I don't have to deal with.
Yeah. And like people, you always get those hardcore Reaper users in the comments.
Yeah.
So everyone from Reaper, man, you buy a tool so it does a job, not that you have to do the job for it. And my problem with Reaper is you have to do a lot of work to make that work. And if that's your jam, cool. But for me, I don't want to be doing that.
Reaper's also free, yeah?
Yeah, it's free.
And
it's free.
It's free in inverted.
Yeah.
Like
you can choose to buy.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You
So
don't
I
have
think
to pay
that's
for
why
it.
a good chunk of people still use Reaper is
Right.
because you don't have to pay for it if
Yeah.
you don't want to.
Do you know,
Yeah.
Josh, did you know that they use Reaper at Viking Lounge?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've told me that
Well,
before.
like, they reckon-
Apparently it sounds the best.
They reckon
He
it's
used
the
to
best
use-
sounding one.
He used to use Cubase and then he moved over to Reaper.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so is it something to do
Yeah.
with the algorithm, like the way it processes audio?
It's to do with how Paul masters.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it's his workflow.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
It
right.
allows him to do the I/O better and stuff.
Right,
Because he actually tracks from one door into another door.
Weird.
Through hardware into another door.
Wow.
Yeah.
You gonna say?
I was just
Well,
going
he
say,
used
I
to
was,
anyway.
I was waiting for you two to start this whole like doors don't sound different versus doors do
Oh,
sound
yeah.
Oh, look,
I saw
that all.
Crazy
The Crazy Will, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I watched Crazy Will.
What did Crazy Will say about
so there was a he put.
He didn't
I-
Is this
say- you
is this
yelled
about
more than
Bob?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
this about the Bob Horn thing?
Yeah. So what was he talking about? He was
Okay,
saying
so
that,
I think we might. I don't know if we mentioned this on a previous podcast of ours,
Yeah.
but Bob Horn. Just shout out to Bob. He's an amazing mix engineer. I've heard this motherfucker's mixes.
Yeah.
He would smoke nearly any engineer any day of the week.
Yep.
And if you think you're better than Bob Horn,
he was the meters guy.
Yes.
Right.
If you think you're better than Bob Horn, you're
okay.
fucking not.
Yeah.
Man, this guy's mixes changed I met him when I was in NAMM this year.
Yep.
I got introduced. Nick from Panorama does his mastering.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
So Bob had a Grammy nom this year. He's got Grammys and he's a good artist. He's
Usher,
a good,
BTS,
Yeah.
Neo. Yep.
Yep.
Massive.
Yeah. Look, he doesn't work with those artists because he's shit. He knows he's shit.
Yeah.
But he made a comment that was very controversial about certain meters in Pro Tools sounding different. Now,
Yeah.
we don't have to get into that.
I thought
He was pretty
actually
much
said that
dismissed
different
on that.
doors sound different.
I think
No,
different.
That's the thing. Like within the last like 2 or 3
Yeah,
days, or like last
yeah.
week.
Yeah,
I've thought that different doors can sound different because I've done mixes on all these doors.
Yeah, right.
And I noticed my mixes for whatever reason, would come out different if I mixed them in Pro Tools versus Cubase.
Is it a workflow thing?
But it's probably just the way I choose to. I probably do things differently.
Yeah.
And I don't realize, or maybe the panning is slightly different in the in how far it goes out, or how that.
Yeah.
You know, there could be a myriad of different things on how those work and how the software is implemented.
Yep.
That then contribute to your mix sounding different.
Yep.
But what I noticed is my mixes would sound more mid-focused on a Pro Tools session.
Weird.
And less wide.
Weird.
Yeah. And my mixes generally sounded crisper and better and more wide in a Cubase session. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It could be any number of things.
It's probably just that I'm mixing different.
It's probably you.
My choices are probably different because it looks different and I make different
I do feel, though, that when I was using Pro Tools, I didn't get the width that I was getting with Cubase.
That's interesting. So it's interesting if someone else has the same thing. I definitely
I could also be a fucking idiot, though.
Yeah, we could both be wrong.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind trying it one time just to see how different it is.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you that Greasy Will video later on. It's interesting.
Do you want to TLDR it or
What?
like
Too long
don't read?
I think I gotta fucking find it.
Oh, that's all right. We don't have to get into it.
Yeah.
Sick. But he was just
He was,
taking
just,
the
he
piss.
was just bagging out Bob Horn.
I can imagine.
He was doing his very drunk Greasy Will thing. Like, fuck
Yeah.
you. I'm right.
Yeah. I know. I'm familiar with Greasy Will's channel, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it when someone just is. I'm the hot take guy. Good on him.
He's
funny.
He's like that voice in the back of my head that's like, no, that's fucking stupid. Like, you know, when I see something and I'm like, but I don't base it in anything. I'm like, that's dumb, and I can just see his face in my head and be like, stupid.
That's pretty funny.
Greasy Will, you're a legend. Come on our podcast.
Yeah, dude. 100%. Motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't use any other DAWs for anything else?
I have Pro Tools just because I have a perpetual license, and sometimes clients will send me sessions that they're working on, and then I can bounce out from there. So it makes it easier for that. But I don't use Pro Tools at all.
Yeah, right.
I hate it. The workflow's slow.
I've tried to use it a few times, and I just look at it and be like, why can't I just go click track?
Yeah.
You know, why can't I just turn that on?
Yep.
Why do I need to make a track for it? Like, and
there's a lot of things that slow you down.
Yeah.
Everything is a step or two extra.
Yes, that's what I noticed too. And the way it's laid out, it's very like sterile, very It just feels like a fucking Windows XP program or something.
It looks almost identical to
like shit
when I started in the early 2000s on it.
Yeah.
It's and there's a reason for that. All the engineers that are still on it, all the boomers, they don't want it to change.
Yeah.
They're like, change! Yeah, change. Don't change my DAW! I need to go listen to Velvet Sundown.
Holy fuck. Good one. Good one. Next, give us the next one. What else you got?
Cool. I got an exciting one.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. I want to.
Manley or the other one?
Manley.
Okay, let's go to Manley. So Manley Labs.
Yes.
If you're not familiar, everyone should be fucking familiar with Manley Labs.
Yep.
They just sold to Plug-in Alliance.
So his name is it Dirk Ulrich?
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Ulrich? Anyway.
Yeah.
Dirk Ulrich. He's German, so I'm going to say Ulrich.
Yeah. So the owner of Plug-in Alliance has acquired Manley Labs.
Yes.
So this is huge in the analog world.
It's massive. Because Manley are one of the titans of analog.
Yeah. And their biggest thing has been that they are American-made, American manufactured 100%, or almost 100%, as much as someone can be in the States.
Yep.
They build and put everything together in their warehouse. What's the owner's name?
Of Manley?
Yeah. What's her name?
Is that her there?
Yeah.
Owner.
Forgive me. It's not her anymore.
David and is it Iviana?
No.
That's not her?
No.
Okay. Hang on.
Wait.
Female
Ivana.
CEO.
No. Is that
right?
Yeah. Ivana Manley. Yeah.
Oh, yep.
So were they together and then they divorced?
Wait. No. I think that
was a different David.
David.
No.
Dirk.
Dirk.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
So she.
Confusing
this,
that. Yeah,
this
Ivana,
person owned Manley. Presumably with their husband. Is that what we kind of got from that?
And then she owned it outright up until recently. Anyway, she has heaps of videos online talking about the company, taking them through the manufacturing process, like how they build transformers and shit. And they're like,
this is her description in LinkedIn. It says retired boss lady, tube queen.
Yeah, tube
Goddess
queen.
of therbionic emissions. That's fucking dope. What
She's
a legend.
honestly, you should watch some YouTube videos of her talking about like how they make stuff there.
Okay.
Like
Cool.
This one video I watched with my intern, me and Hato watched, and it was about the making of transformers, EI like bobbin transformers, like the big ones we see in around here, right?
Yeah.
And she had this story, just just an abbreviated version of it, where basically she said they were trying to make. They were trying to get this sound out of a particular output transformer for a particular amp they were making, and they had one of these transformers down to spec, and it just didn't sound quite right.
Yep.
On spec, it sounded right, but it didn't feel right.
Right.
And she said sometimes it is down to feeling. We can have all the science, all the specs, all the nitty gritty covered.
Cool.
And they said they just made some small adjustments to this thing, and then it had the vibe that they were chasing. And they're like, they couldn't quantify it at all.
Yeah,
And
nice.
these are some of the biggest, like the most scientific audio nerds in the world, and they're like, sometimes you just can't quantify things. And I loved that.
That's
And
great.
she was just like, it's about the music and the vibe,
Yep.
and it's got to have that vibe if we're going to put
That's
it in
really
our gear.
cool.
And I was like,
That's really great.
fuck yes.
Yeah, I've
Love it.
just read here that says so the collaboration with the Universal Audio will remain in place.
Whoa.
So-
So because they license their plugins off the models.
we
off
should
their
mention,
gear.
so Dirk Ulrich runs Plugin Alliance, which is arguably one of the biggest and best manufacturers of plugins, and they also license
Brainworks
plugins.
they own, right?
Yeah, so it's Brainworks is through Plugin Alliance. They license big names like Marg and Universal Audio, whoever. Like I can't remember specifics, but they sell a lot of these plugins that are made by these big manufacturers, and they also have a deal with UAD. It's one of
Manley
the only,
have a deal with
Yeah,
UAD,
it's one of the only places you can get Manley plugins.
Yep.
I think the term Manley plugin is funny because it's like, to me, Manley is hardware.
Yep.
So the idea of like Manley plugin, I'm just like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah. So to be fair, right, in Manley's case, to keep a company like that running that is based off vintage analog, super high end gear,
very
you have
high-end.
to make other income streams
yeah,
available and plug-in
well,
licensing.
that's we look
is
at
what they did.
Look at SSL, look at Neve, making those little cheap entry level 2i2
interfaces,
buses.
and their
Yeah.
own plugins as well. Like everyone's trying to make more money, right?
What do you think this means for Manley?
For me, I would assume, coming from the fact that it's a tech company taking them over,
You'll see more.
they're going to try and innovate,
Yeah.
and they're going to try and take the high end stuff like all the other companies are doing,
Yeah.
and then scale it down to the home studio.
Hardware. So you reckon we're going to start seeing budget Manley stuff?
Yeah, I reckon for sure. Because
I don't like
definitely, I don't like it either.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't.
reckon you would.
Yeah,
I reckon you absolutely will.
I'm expecting
definitely plugins.
I'm expecting something like that. Like
plugins?
plugins. They're surely we're going to see
Maybe a plug-in hardware integration.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
something. Maybe it's their way of getting into the hardware space.
I think we're going to see more native, more native Manley plugins.
Yeah.
And so so you reckon it's
Why would a tech company buy a hardware company?
to model their hardware?
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah, modeling for plugins,
yep.
but then also surely they're going to be looking into like entry-level interfaces and incorporating all that, right? Because that's what everyone wants to do, the UAD thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's get them, and UAD just copied Apple, right?
Yep.
It's like, let's get everyone into an ecosystem.
Yep. Yeah.
Which I fucking hate that shit.
Hate
but,
it.
you know, like that's what people are doing
What
at
else?
the moment.
What else does this say? So, a significant shareholder in the Native Instruments Group. That's interesting. Plugin Alliance, Brainworks, and Isotope. So that's Dirk. He's a major significant
hell,
shareholder.
dude.
Yeah. What else is here? I do like what this guy does for the plugin world. Like that he models hardware. You know, he's not out there creating this weird fucking stem 40 tubes in a thing that no one needs. You know what I mean? Like it's actual shit that people like. And then
and look, like hopefully he's bought Manley because maybe behind the scenes they were struggling financially and he sees the importance of keeping that company going. And because of the profitability of the software side, they can keep a hardware company alive. Maybe they'll go into things like the other thing people often forget about is the hi-fi consumer audio side of things. Like they do amplifiers, they could get way into that space, like Manley tube high-end audio gear.
First thing that comes up on Reddit. My guess is we'll see Manley go down market like SSL in order to build revenue. It's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, who's buying Manley these days, really? Like, this shit's so expensive.
It's so expensive, and there's so many more affordable options coming out.
Yeah.
It's getting competitive. So, they'll probably offshore some stuff. Who knows?
Okay, so...
Maybe not. Who knows?
So this
Actually, maybe they won't now.
So this might mean that if you own Manley gear, it's going to go up in value.
Oh, my God, yes. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we buy Manley gear right now.
Ooh, maybe.
Do you have the money? Who has the money?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But I want a massive passive, and what's
Voxbox?
No, what's the other?
Like the EQ.
Yeah, what is it?
Massive passive.
Wait, Manley.
Oh, the ELOP. ELOP?
No, there's two pieces of hardware that Manley make that I.
Yeah, the Very Mu and the EQ.
The Very Mu.
Yeah,
yeah, the two things that you want.
Yeah. Sorry. So what was the first one? The Very Mu.
Very Mu compressor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that the ELOP? See, they already do hi-fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who cares? We don't care. So, yeah, the Voxbox is apparently great.
Yep.
I mean, doesn't it just look good?
I'll actually have one arriving tomorrow.
What?
From someone that needs me to service one.
Really?
Yeah.
A Voxbox?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Denny Young. Shout out Denny.
Danny Young,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's got some good gear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the massive passive, any, like the Pull Tech, I'm sure is great too. I'd love the massive passive.
Yep.
What do we got here? Yeah, so the stereo Very Mu. That's the other one that I would like to try. And I think both of those units are about 8 to 10 grand a piece.
Yeah. They're not cheap. Big transformers, big tubes. It just costs a lot of money to make shit like that. And American made, so
Yeah.
You
And
know?
they're handmade too, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're legit.
balls, dude.
Yeah, but that's home hi-fi. That's for like nerd. You know the dudes that have doctors and lawyers and shit when they build a home hi-fi setup.
Blues lawyers, if you will.
Yeah.
What lawyers?
Blues lawyers.
Blues
That's what
lawyers.
they're referred to.
Blues
lawyers.
You never heard
Like
that
the kind of dudes that get really into the blues in their middle age.
Yeah.
American age strap.
I've never heard that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can guess what engineer uses that term.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Interesting. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, if I can buy a piece of Manley gear, maybe it's the time to do it before it goes up.
Yeah.
I fucking can't afford it.
When you talk about them going down market, are you talking about like shit that's less than $1,000, or are you talking about like that sort of 2 to 3, like basically halving the cost?
I
of
reckon
they're
they're like the home studio market. That's probably what
Everyone's shooting for the home studio market right now.
That's where the money is.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be surprised. You know, I don't. You kind of like with a company like that, you kind of hope no.
Dude.
But like people said the same about fucking
SSL,
Neve and SSL.
yeah.
Like, and they're all doing USB shit.
Manley is
interfaces.
Manley is the like Rolls Royce, arguably, and they're going to bring out a Rolls Royce budget.
Yeah, look, I
don't like it.
and it's all nonsense, right? Like you cannot take a piece of hardware like that and then make a cheaper version of it.
Yeah.
Like if you could, that
They would've
sounded
done
as
it.
good, they
Yeah,
would have
they
done
would've
it.
done
You
it
know,
already.
they would have
Yeah.
done it because they've got people that work there and engineers that work there to do that. We buy hardware for a reason because it sounds a certain way, it does a job, and it's expensive, but you can't cheat. You can't cheat physics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We know that. But it's cool. Like maybe we'll have other, but if they innovate and come up with an affordable product that is cool, more for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone's comment, those third yachts aren't going to buy themselves. That's fucking great.
So good.
Quick word association, tubes.
Manly.
Oh, damn it. I thought you were going to say stem. Stem. Yeah, you missed it.
Damn. I just think of the last thing that was said to me.
Really?
Clearly, I have a fish brain.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm just like, lunchtime.
Holy shit, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mitta.
Lachlan.
Tubes.
Show me that next one on your list. I like
Oh, cool. All right. I want to talk about this one. It should be up. So, Mic Parts just released a cab mic, a condenser guitar mic.
Okay, mic, parts, condenser.
Cab, just put in cab mic.
Okay,
Is this to go with like the snare mic?
snare mic.
Yeah.
Is this?
Oh, there's me.
Is that-
It's not that one.
You haven't done a video on it yet, have you?
I haven't got this mic.
No,
This is a different mic.
the snare drum mic.
No, I know you've done the video on that.
So is
I
it-
haven't released it yet.
But okay. So is this like in the same world as the snare drum mic? Are they trying to do
Oh,
specific?
no. It's not mic. It's Roswell Mics.
Roswell. Okay,
It's the Roswell one.
Okay, so it's
Sorry,
a different company.
Same guy. So Mic Parts and Roswell are the same. It's Matt McGlynn.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Interesting.
There we go.
All right. So, ooh, it's
Yeah.
shaped like a. It's got an LDC vibe to it.
Yes, it is an LDC. Tim Pierce. Are you guys familiar with him, the guitarist? He's like
Pierce.
a session muso.
Yeah, right.
It's one of the guys with just a million amps behind him, isn't he? Is that the
One of
guy I'm
those.
thinking of? Yeah, one of those.
Anyway, there's a bit of hype about this.
Yep.
It is a LDC.
Yep. Funny that
Cab
they choose
mic.
an LDC for cab.
It's
never put
so
one on there.
Mike Parts and Roswell, like they're different parts of the same company.
Yep.
Like it's all Matt McGlynn, right?
Yep.
His thing is condenser mics. So he's not going to do a ribbon mic. He's not
Okay.
going to do a dynamic mic.
Right. Yep.
He does. He's excels at condenser microphones. And what he has designed is a guitar cab mic, so that you can either pair it with your 57, like some people do with certain condensers, or in place of a ribbon.
All right,
but what some people are saying, like Tim Pierce, who's an amazing guitarist, is like, I just use this.
So
And
okay,
that's
interesting. What if I say like word association? If I say large diaphragm condenser for a guitar cab, what do you think of?
What I think
Yeah,
of?
what do you think of?
I would think of Bright.
But specifically, which microphone?
I'd probably be thinking of either a C414 or a U87.
414 all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
one
what
of
I'm
those
thinking.
two.
Is it modeled after a 414?
No, it won't be. It'll be something different. But
Interesting.
what I've started going back to some condensers on guitar cabs because of certain tones I'm chasing.
Right. Because you're like looking for that 90s, 2000s grunge sound, right? Like the big.
Yeah. So if I'm going more for grunge, I'm going to use a ribbon.
Okay.
Typically, sometimes, sometimes. 57 and a ribbon is my go-to. Sometimes a 421. I find myself not loving a 421 ever on cabs.
That's funny because I can't live without it.
Not for the stuff that I've been doing, especially when I've got a lot of artists throwing in Marshall cabs.
Oh, yeah.
Marshall heads.
Yeah.
The 421 is not nice. They don't pair well. If it's a Messer and a 421 or something like that, or a EVH or something like that.
Man, miking a Marshall cab with a 414, be like fucking miking a tin can with a fucking with a thing full of bees.
Yeah, it's just all scooped.
Yeah,
It's all horrible.
It's like buzzy and gross.
Hot, 100%. So I haven't used this mic yet. It's new,
Cool.
but it's out, and it's just an interesting thing being a large diaphragm. But I've been using some condenser mics recently, and what I've noticed when I use a condenser over a dynamic or over a ribbon, the image of the guitar comes up and more towards your head.
Right.
And it's faster. It's a faster response being a condenser.
Yeah.
But it also feels just more in your face. And there were these punk albums I was listening to, like, all the Jerry Finn stuff, like Sum 41 and Blink-182.
That's the engineer, Jerry Finn?
Jerry Finn's the engineer producer of those big records,
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
Think like Dude Ranch, think Sum 41, All Killer, No Filler, all that shit, right?
Forward guitars.
Yeah, very forward
loud
guitars.
forward guitars.
And he was using U87s and stuff to do that.
87's wild.
Yeah,
on a guitar
87s or
cab.
67s.
Just on a guitar cab.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it works. And it's
Cool.
like if you blend it with a 57 and whatever, it just works. It does the
Nice.
thing. And it just brings them up in your face.
Yep.
And it's so much that sound.
Yeah, nice.
So it'd be interesting to see what this does.
It's a lot more expensive than I expected.
So Roswell mics are not cheap.
That's $625 USD to AUD.
No, it's a lot. It'd be $1,000.
Woo! $1,000. I mean, you can get a lot of mics for that. There's a lot of mics out there that you could. Have you tried a KM184 on guitar cab?
So
good.
Yeah.
tried
So the snare mic, that I have,
You like
which is
that?
based on an 84.
Yes.
The one that I got given is for snare mic, so it's got a really high SPL.
Yep.
So you can only mic loud sources. You can't use this snare mic version on like acoustic guitar.
Right,
But you could use it on a drum overhead or
Guitar cab.
or a guitar cab.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm going to try this on a guitar cab just out of interest.
Yeah.
And I was shocked with the results.
Yeah.
And I've got a video coming out next week where I talk about it, and it actually is one of my guitar mics.
Cool. Yep.
It's cool.
I think my ideal guitar cab setup is 57, 421, 184, RE20.
Yeah.
Like those four
Yep.
mics.
Yep.
It used like the RE20.
I think if you like the 184, the KM,
Yeah.
you would love this.
I'm sure I would.
Because
I'm
it
sure.
doesn't
Crazy
have that
flat.
crazy, it's
Really
flat.
flat, yeah.
And when we had that conversation about that snare mic and you were like, this is so flat and a bit dark, I was like, this thing should be on guitar cabs.
Did we use
it's
his one, right? Did we use it? And I was like, it's creepy flat.
No, you haven't. I sent you.
We
you.
listened to
That's
audio.
right.
I sent you audio.
You sent me the audio, and I was
Stems,
like, "This is weirdly flat.
It's so much darker than a 57.
Yeah. There's
It's
no bright top end. It was absolutely flat, which is such a great jumping off point.
Yep.
Yeah, really cool. So I was saying that the 57 121 always. I love that combo.
Yep.
And then the 184 is depending on what I'm after, and then the RE20 I sometimes swap that out for a 121.
Yep.
If I want more of a realistic like a mid-range focus guitar sound and less low end, I'll swap that out. But usually I'm doing metal, so I want heaps of lows.
Yep.
Cool, dude. This looks great. It's funny that of all things he's chosen a large diaphragm condenser, but after what you said, it makes sense.
Look, it's what he does, and Roswell Mics is all condensers, and he's good at it, and if people are saying it's cool, I'm sure it's cool, but it is a very expensive.
Did he start Roswell and then do mic parts later as a way to
other way around?
Yeah, right. Interesting, because
so
you think
a lot of the Roswell mics are based off designs that he started.
Okay, so the Roswell is the upmarket version of the mic part stuff. Right. Cool.
Yeah, and like some of them are obviously just completely different versions.
Seems strange for him to have two separate mic brands. Like, why not just have one?
Because he jokes about it. Shout out Matt McGlynn. He jokes about it, and that Mike Parts is the worst name for a company ever, and he just kind of started it out, and he was like, I need it better.
I think it's actually quite smart.
Yeah, but like, if you're looking for boutique mics, are you going to buy? You're not going to Mike Parts. No. You're going to Roswell. You're going to somewhere else. You know what I mean? So he's clever with his marketing.
Yeah,
and stuff,
interesting.
So. Yeah, but that's an interesting one. Anyway. And it's cool to hear what your thoughts are on a guitar cab mic,
I'd like
especially
to hear it.
because you get sick guitar tones, man.
Thanks, man. I haven't mic'd a guitar cab in 2 years.
I think it's coming up on 2 years.
2 years.
2 years,
Yeah,
dude.
we've talked about
Load
that.
boxes.
But yeah.
I don't miss it, and no one's asked me. When I first started using the load box, I expressed to Lachlan that I was concerned that bands are going to be like, "Where's the guitar? Where's the cab?" And I think we had a couple bands through, specifically Smacked Youth and Roxbury, very like guitar-y bands, like real guitar kind of feel.
Yep.
And I expected to push back from them, and it just didn't happen. Hey,
I've found every artist I've worked with that I've shown them what I'm using, they're actually excited about it because I can turn them the fuck down and we can have a conversation at a regular level.
I forgot about that.
And
just
also,
volume.
just being able to change the cab on a whim is
just like
so
boom,
amazing.
boom, 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 boom. Like new cab, new mic. How long does that take normally? Fucking, it's a half an hour. Like no, it's normally like going and actually
moving mics and moving cabs in a session.
It takes so long.
And then
recall
and phase. Phase alignment.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Like
and then
it is annoying. Like I'm still going to keep going on like mics.
Yep.
I'm still in my
good on
journey
you.
of mastering that for guitar tones.
No, dude,
I don't feel
good
like
on
I'm
you.
even close.
If you can enjoy it, go for it.
But and also some of the younger bands are coming to me for that because they've had bad experiences with certain studios not treating their sound seriously enough, and they feel like they want to come to somewhere where they're going to get their gear mic'd up and something like that.
I get it.
So different things.
Yep.
And also, I'm really enjoying chasing that sound at the moment, like where I'm trying to get to.
Dude, I forgot about the volume part of it. Hey, I've forgotten.
Being able to sit in a room and talk to the client without hearing.
Just the punishing volume, man. And like the day is easier. I don't get as tired by the end of the day.
I thought that it would be unexciting for me because of how much I just love microphones. No, because I can now focus on the guitar tone from the head, all that sort of stuff.
Or even the song. Like pay attention to the song as opposed to like how good does my guitar cab sound? You know, like is the part right for the song? I can get I'm not thinking about the technical side of it anymore. I'm just thinking about how it suits the song.
Yeah, 100%.
I will caveat with this too. Like I'm tracking through enough hardware for guitars and stuff where I'm filtering on the way in and really sculpting tones as well. So I'm not just placing up mics.
Yep.
I'm trying to get it all dialed in on the day as much as I can with leaving enough wiggle room.
Yeah. Another thing I really like about it is just it's simple, but in my DAW there's a DI and there's an amp track and that's it.
Yeah, not having 4 tracks anymore. Like I do enough miking with drum kits and everything else that it's not.
And then if you cut something and you forget to cut all of them at the same time, you move something, you're like, oh my god, like I've just fucked the phase up and. Yeah, so I think for just simplicity, phase, all that sort of thing. The negatives are so outweighed by the positives that I just don't even think about them anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also, it's great that you still do it because you've given people an option for it. As opposed to just doing the same shit that everyone else is.
Yeah, well, I don't own a load box yet, but I definitely will at some point. Like I'm sure.
Great for practice as well. Play through a tube amp.
True. And you can plug your headphones into
like the torpedo that I have has a cab in it. So I just need to plug it into pedal power.
That's so cool.
Hectic.
That's really great.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man. What's next on your list? What you got?
I'm going to throw a word at you. Guitar.
Fender.
Interesting. Which one?
Strat.
Oh,
right there, dude. I'm like,
we're the same thing, bro.
All right, hit me with another one. I'm fucking. Here, I'm going blank mind.
Active or passive?
Active.
Preamp.
1073.
Oh, interesting.
Why?
Just interesting that you would say that one.
It's not even my favourite.
I know. That's why.
It's just the one.
EQ.
Neve. Yeah, it's just the first word I thought of. Maybe I'm still stuck.
EQ.
I know, I don't even use them. Dude, 1073 is the most overrated EQ of fucking all time, I reckon.
It's very hard to use.
Yeah.
It's so harsh in the highs.
Dude, every time, so I've got the Chandler LTD one. It's an expensive fucking unit. They're not cheap. I think when they were around like $5 grand or something.
Yeah. All the Chandler gear is very similar to the Neve gear.
Yeah. And every time I go to EQ something with that, I'm like, I've got to use a Chandler. Like, it's the most expensive unit I have. I've got to use it. And then it doesn't work. And I'm like, I hate the sound of this thing. Like, why am I trying to use this fucking thing?
Yep. Because they're both inductor EQs. I find them really harsh in highs.
Yes, harsh. The mid-range is super usable.
Yep.
The low end's whatever. The mid-range is fucking great.
The low end on bass for me is super useful.
Dude.
And the filter is really cool on an Eve.
Yep.
If you combine the low band and the filter, they can be quite useful.
You know what I'm in love with is this fucking thing, the tone control, Chandler tone control.
Have you got that?
Yeah. Someone was selling another one recently. Did you see that on Marketplace?
I didn't.
Do you want to talk about
it yet?
No.
What does it do?
Okay, so it's a really cool unit because it's like 50-50 1073 and Pultec.
Cool.
So the idea is that the top end is 1073, the low end is Pultec.
Yeah, interesting.
It's funny because 1073 top end's not the one you want.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like a 1073 at all. It's
cool.
So the way it works is this here, there's it's a gain and a feedback thing. So you can go...
Like the preamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You can go gain and feedback and you can juice things up. It's great. And it being germanium, it makes everything darker and fuller and more solid, which is so pleasing to my ear. Cool. Anyway, so the low end, there's two ways you can use it. You can use the low end as a shelf. There's a cut and a boost. And they can be in interactive mode, which is Pultec style.
Yep.
Or they can be independent of each other.
Okay.
And so, you can think about, and then you can got the option of bell curve or shelf on the boost, and then the cut is just a bell curve.
Yeah.
Super useful for carving for low end.
Yep.
Bass drum, bass guitar, anything low focused it just shines. That low end thing. And then the top end has got this, for some reason, I don't know how they're different. One is labelled presence and one's labelled treble.
Yeah,
this is maybe something you understand more than me.
Yeah.
But you can cut and boost it with both of those, and then the treble has a shelf or a bell option.
Yep.
This EQ is just super smooth sounding.
Is it stereo or mono?
Mono.
Yep.
I've been tempted to buy another one to do, like, for example, drum bus, but I don't really EQ my drum bus. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay, with what?
The BT50
the cappies. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
So I don't find myself EQing my drum bus that much. So I use it on single sources. This one I bought this from Musos on like completely what's the word when you impulse buy? Yeah, absolutely.
Like all your buys.
Yeah, absolute impulse purchase. I bought it because of the Chandler logo because I love Chandler and I'm like, this has to be good.
Yep.
It doesn't get used all the time, but when it does, man, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Is that the internals?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's got some inductors in there.
Yeah, right. Looks like they did a nice job of it. Man, all the Chandler interior, it's just so well put together.
Was it the LTD one that we pulled apart? The other day? It looks gorgeous.
Did you see that photo that I sent you?
Yeah.
Is it on your Instagram?
No, it's not. I think I can find it, but actually I can find it quite easily.
It's cool.
Just the wiring is super super tidy, super neat. I appreciate that a lot with these guys.
Very cool.
Get out of here. Anyway, so how do we get here? Word association, that's right. Yeah.
I've got a word.
Yeah. All right, go.
Plug in.
Sucky. Go.
Plug in?
Yeah.
SSL.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh,
just an SSL.
Yeah, SSL plugins.
Josh Bartel said he's been using the SSL branded channel strip. You know how...
Yeah, I've got that one.
You've got that one? Yeah. Do you like it?
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
It's way more transparent than the Waves one.
Yeah.
I find all those Waves plugins we've talked about before, like they've got this weird mid-range crunchiness to them.
Yeah.
But the SSL plugins seem to be more
He
transparent.
said he didn't like the SSL bus comp. It was only the
You know what's funny?
channel.
I did a shootout ages ago with my my hardware,
Yep.
SSL bus compressor
Yep.
versus the Waves
Yep.
bus compressor.
UAD? Did you try UAD?
I didn't have UAD's one.
Right.
And then the actual SSL one.
Right.
And the most hated one of all of them was the SSL plug-in G-Bus compressor.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people were just like, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
It sounds too sterile
Yeah.
or it sounds just not as good.
Remember at Wood River we compared the UAD with the Waves one?
Was it with the?
There was the Waves
Was
one.
it the SSL stuff or was it?
Yeah,
the
well,
API?
SSL bus comp.
I thought it was the API.
No, it was SSL bus. We did the API one as well.
Yeah.
But the SSL bus comp,
Yeah.
the Waves one smoked the UAD one.
Other way around.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the other way around.
Interesting.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we use the because
Either way-
I like the UAD one. I've got both. I don't like the Waves one.
Either way,
Yeah, the Waves one is real crunchy. It's got this crunchy mid-range to
it's
it.
super
but it doesn't
interesting.
have. My problem with all the plugins was that it, and it was pretty much unanimously agreed, was that the hardware SSL. Remember, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Added this sheen to the top end,
Yeah,
and it was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's
You know?
weird. It does something
and nothing I've seen.
inexplicable that it is not marketed as. You know what I mean? Like it does.
No one talks about that, but it definitely did
Dude,
it.
SSL bus comp is one of those things. It's the most. I think it's obviously it's the thing that everyone uses and everyone should use.
Yep.
But they are the most unequal. Like they're not all created equal.
No.
And when I bought my first hardware bus comp, I was like, oh, it's an SSL bus
SSL.
comp. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
It was not good.
No.
I'm not gonna name the company because it's a very popular company that everyone really likes. But
I know which one it is.
yeah, I know you do. But
What's the temperature like in here?
it's actually not them.
Oh, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I was sorry.
Shocking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
No, it wasn't. So I was super surprised how different they are.
Yeah, yeah, and it can be. It's as simple as the way a VCA compressor is a much more complex design, and and it's all down to the VCA chips they choose to use,
Sure.
and whether they use the right ones or not, or they cheap out.
Right.
So, and that's true of all VCA compressors, because at the end of the day, the distressor is a VCA compressor.
Yeah,
the API
right.
2500 is a VCA compressor. Yeah,
Oh.
the SSL is a VCA compressor. The only thing they all share in common is that they're punchy as fuck.
Hey, Mitch.
VCAs are punchy.
VCA compressor.
Distressor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love my distressors.
Fuck, yeah, dude, you've become such a sucker for them.
Bro, I would spend that money again.
Hey, all day you would. Yeah.
It is the most useful piece of hardware I've probably ever bought.
Yeah.
And it's changed the most of what I do.
Yeah.
It has had the greatest impact on the quality of my mixes. And whilst distressors are fucking expensive, nothing does what they do.
No, they are special.
It is very, very cool units to have.
They're one of the only ones that I think.
Yeah, time again, I would go back and buy them as one of my first
yeah.
bits and
All
just
day.
cop that cost.
Man, how interesting. The first thing that pops to mind, if you could go back and redo things and build your studio from scratch, what's one of the main things that you would do differently?
I think we've kind of addressed this before, but that's okay. Acoustic treatment, number one.
Yep. So you would focus less on the gear that you're buying and more treating the space?
Yeah, no, I would do, because I've always enjoyed tracking as well. So I would always have to have at least some kind of signal chain. And I would definitely start with a strong 1 or 2 channel signal chain. So you can record, 1 or 2 sources at a time very well.
Yeah.
So a couple of good pre's
Yep.
and a couple of good compressors, definitely.
Yep.
And there'd have to be at least a distressor. But I've gotten to the point where I never buy things single.
Yes,
I
and that's
never
a great
want single
point.
things, because if it's good,
Yeah.
I want another one.
Dude, it has I won't buy preamps single anymore.
No.
Never again.
No, you need
It
pairs.
has to be pairs. That's something that people in home studios don't appreciate, is that when you're recording commercially, professionally, whatever you want to call it, often
You do things in stereo a lot
most
of the time.
of the time you're recording in stereo.
Yeah.
And most of the time you need a matched pair of everything.
Yeah, and when we say stereo, like, say you're doing guitars, like you're going to use at least 2 guitar mics, or so there's still mono.
Yeah.
Like, you're
But
recording
I'm
at least a couple of
specifically,
sources.
for example, talking
or
about
mixing.
drums. Left and right overhead,
Yep.
left and right room.
So you're going to need 2 of the same preamps.
2 toms. You know, like there's heaps of
heaps of
situations.
pairing situations.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I saw some guy on Facebook Marketplace the other day selling a stereo pair thing, and he broke them up. He sold it. Yeah, dude. I'm like, there's a special place in hell for you.
You separate them?
Yeah.
I hope you die.
Yeah. What, do you separate your children as well and send them off to live with other people, you psycho?
I like that you compare preamps, equate them with children.
Yeah, man, when I bought, there's a Ludwig, my Ludwig 1969. When I first bought that, I was pretty young and I only wanted 2 toms, and I bought it off the guy, and he's like, "Do you want the 3rd tom?" And I was like, "Nah." And he was like, "What's wrong with you?" And at the time I didn't really, and then years later I was like, "I need that tom. Like, please give me that tom. I don't know what I was fucking thinking. I'm so sorry that I broke I orphaned that tom. What a fucking terrible thing to do."
Yep.
Psycho.
What do you need a 3rd tom for?
I don't need it, dude. We've never put a head on it.
No.
I need to own it. I need to keep them together because they're a family.
No.
They're a family.
Yeah.
Can't split up the
You
family.
need to make sure you've always got a gentleman's kit.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, you got to fucking sit your drink on something, right? You fucking have a tom there to sit, like, do, I don't know, fill it full of tissues that you've used. I mean, anyway.
That's too specific. Gross.
Gross.
Who needs to throw cotton balls in their toms to
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, point is,
on.
you don't break sets up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Sick.
How do we get down this rabbit hole? I think word association.
So word
was it.
association.
Yeah.
Word association guitar pedal.
rat.
Fuzz. Same thing. Yeah.
That's not really that's kind of a fuzz.
No, it is a fuzz.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a fuzz.
dude. Yeah,
Technically,
yeah.
it's a fuzz. It's an op-amp fuzz.
Rat.
Oh,
Rat.
I hate having the smart one in the room.
Wait, hang on. It's a fuzz, yeah? Like,
It is a
I
fuzz.
always-
Technically, it's a fuzz.
Okay.
It's distortion. Rat is distortion. Does just clipping dials. They can be fuzzy.
Right, well, what fuzz specifically are you talking
If you talk about
Oh, swollen pickle.
JHS,
Swollen
like
pickle.
JHS and that refer to it as a fuzz pedal.
Yep.
All right, yeah,
It's a
can't
fuzz.
argue with that then.
Yeah.
I got one
They
for
know.
you.
Yep.
Diode bridge.
I thought of Behringer because I've got the Behringer.
Yeah,
one.
that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
The
Yeah,
369.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Also drums, just smacking drums.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it on drums, man.
Dude, okay, so
Because you like it on mix bus, right?
No, I've changed.
You've gone back?
Yeah, no, I'm not on drums.
Drums?
So,
What are you doing?
So there's this guy in New Zealand who I buy gear off occasionally, Earl, who's sold me. I bought my Fatso, my 33609 off him. He's just one of these guys who's always moving stuff and always got something to sell.
Yep.
Anyway, so I talked to him a lot about what he's using his specific pieces on.
Yeah.
He loves his 33609 on overheads. And he
Hey,
told me
I can see that.
And he
I can
told
see
me that.
that.
I'm like, dude, that's so much money to just express just for overheads. You
Yeah,
know, like
it
that's
is.
a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 compressor just for overheads.
Mm.
It's like, so when you get into hardware like Mitch and I have, I think personally you buy stuff and you spend your money where you're going to hear it most.
Yeah,
So for
buses.
example, bus compressors.
Mix bus.
Mix bus,
Yeah.
drum bus, any big bus duty,
Yep.
I think is where. So the idea of spending $3,000-$4,000 on something that you can hear in the mix this much,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cymbals. Like yes, they're important, but
Yeah.
they're not guitars, they're
Yeah.
not vocals. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're low priority in the grand scheme of things. So for him to be like, that's what I use this, and I was just like, I said to him, I'm like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Then I tried
However
it,
works.
and it's fucking great. dude.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
I mean, I heaps into it. Hey,
Yeah?
So I think I'm going to start printing my hi-hat, my overheads,
through it, and
Yeah,
then have that in the
yeah,
mix.
Yeah,
That's the way to do it.
Well, see, I also like it on vocals.
The 33609?
Yeah. On vocal global bus. So all my vocals
On the vocal bus.
Yeah. Global one. So
So do you think if you're liking it on overheads and vocals,
Yep.
what's it doing to the high end? Is it doing something you like in the highs or
I
something?
think it tends to tighten the low end up. It increases the presence of the high end a little bit. What do you hear when you're using it on drums?
on drums,
tightening the low end. Surely,
it definitely
right?
tightens up the low end.
Yep.
And then like it somehow gets the kick and snare on drum bass to be big and bombastic in the middle without being overbearing.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
how it does that.
Right.
Like without being too upfront.
Yeah,
So
okay.
like I can have my distressor sound to push things further up front, or I can just
Interesting.
leave that be and leave it sit
I
more
think
natural.
I find the 33609 a little bit too forward for drum bus, personally.
Yeah.
I like the API because it kind of...
We use it a bit differently though too
Yeah,
on settings
right,
and
okay.
stuff.
Well, I might have to
because I
think
use
the
it
way I
on
use it.
slow.
Yeah.
You use it on fast.
Right,
And
maybe that-
on fast it does get like that.
Oh, okay.
But I use all my settings on slow.
Interesting.
I'm using the Behringer thing, so
Yeah,
it might
but
be different.
it can't be
tonally.
that different.
Nah. And then on slow it just brings up
Okay.
all the natural room
All right.
tones.
I need
and
to
things
hear
like
it.
that.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I use the limiter more than you because you don't use.
Yeah, I never use limiter. I try and I can't gel with it. Yeah, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, dude.
Mad.
Where are we up to? Where are we up to on your list? Have we got?
We're done.
We get through it.
Yeah, we're at about an hour.
Yeah, nice.
We're done.
Yeah, cool. So we got some topics for next week. We got to talk about. We got some people that we need to get on here.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I think maybe we can bring somebody in on the 10th one. Like maybe that can be the first.
That'd
one.
be cool.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah.
I've got a
10th
handful of
episode.
people. There's a handful of like engineers that I want to talk to both locally and online. There's a couple of big name interviews that we need to do.
Yep.
But yeah, if you guys have any things you want covered, if there's any like topics or anything we touched on or anything we didn't talk about, just please leave us a comment. Like we're always looking for stuff to talk about. Mitch and I have a million things that we're interested in, but you know, we can only talk about our things so much. So please help us out with that.
Yep. And don't forget to go to our Instagram.
Yes.
AudioBois.
Yep. Instagram AudioBois. We will get off our ass and I will get this on Spotify and not Spotify because fuck Spotify. But we'll get these on the pod streaming services. And that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fucking oath, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dog. Fucking oath.
Cheers,
Thank you, everyone.
Lachlan.
Got my name right.
Had to get on record just once.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, boys. Good job.
Mad.